A Spurs team walking to the locker room earlier, determined to have a big night on their home floor. And the game arrivals sponsored by Express. Dress like a pro. One of the best, the lively and colorful Riverwalk. Just part of what makes San Antonio such a great town. It's live coverage of the NBA on Monday night. Thank you for joining us here on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here, and I'm joined by Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines. Hey, Dave.
Well, we all saw the media frenzy that surrounded Anthony Davis when his plans to leave New Orleans emerged. He said, the things I do in the community, being a good teammate, playing hard, championships, all that stuff matters the most to me. Between money or legacy, my legacy will win that battle every time. Kevin?
Winning a big part of it, David. Thank you. And a chance to take a look at some numbers for Caldwell Pope.
In the last 5 games, you can see the trend upwards for effective field goal percentage. And it shows you how confident he's playing right now.
And now the Lakers starting group. LeBron and Green make up the backcourt. Caldwell Pope out there with Davis. And it's McGee in at the center position. And for the Spurs, it's Aldridge at the power forward with Pirtle at center. Then it's DeRozan. Then there's DeJounte Murray. And it's Forbes in at the 2 guard. And early in the season, Clark, rotations getting settled. How important do you think it is to have players who really embrace their roles on that team?
You know, I think it's a combination of accepting and embracing your roles, really relishing what it is you're to do and to star in what your particular role is, and finding that out oftentimes is a work in progress even throughout the season.
And probably managing maybe some disappointment if you aren't in the role you thought you were going to be in.
Well said. Exactly right.
Now here's LeBron following the miss by LaMarcus Aldridge. And the slam dunk by McGee.
Boy, you're playing with fire anytime you leave somebody open on James' team. I mean, LeBron, his court vision, outstanding.
Now here's DeRozan. Tipped away. Here's Murray. The shot that time, not on target. Great D that time from Davis. On the wing, Green. They get it back, and the whistle blows as the basket counts, and a three-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up.
Just so resourceful as a player. Davis gets the job done inside in all sorts of ways, and that's one of them right there, crashing the offensive glass, getting that second chance bucket.
On the trade for Anthony Davis, a risk for the Lakers, but they feel, Greg, that both sides will find an extension this offseason.
There is mutual interest from both sides. Lakers made the trade confident Davis would resign. A bit of a leap of faith, but the Lakers did everything they could to secure Davis long term.
And it's slammed in by Davis.
How about the leaping ability of Davis? Easily gets off the ground to throw it down. And he's a quick jumper and decision maker.
Murray finds Aldridge. Spurs passing it around. And here is Murray. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 11 points a game. Just 5 to shoot. Here's DeRozan. Aldridge trying to break free. Again, the miss by the Spurs. Lakers have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. And Davis throws it down.
And creating a little separation here, gaining some confidence.
Yeah, you get the sense that they're going to start stretching this lead out a little bit.
Now here's Murray. Here's Pirtle. And that one is good with the extra effort on the glass.
And Pirtle is always a threat to come away with offensive rebounds because of his size, but just as important, his timing.
Here's Green. Yes, it's James picking up the assist. LeBron's got 3 assists now in this one. For San Antonio, they've gotten only 1 of 6 shots to drop for them to start this game. Here's DeRozan. Misses off the left iron.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
The shot's good from McGee.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Murray kicks to Aldridge. Murray against LeBron. And it's Murray penetrating. Can't hit that one. Great D that time from Davis. Lakers leading by 11. And the basket is good. Davis has got 9.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game. Well, it was speculated all of last season and shortly after the finals ended that Anthony Davis had his wish fulfilled by getting traded to the Lakers.
And Davis and LeBron make as scary a duo as you can think of in the NBA. Missed out on some of the other marquee free agents, but AD will get a plethora of looks playing alongside LeBron.
Now here is Aldridge. And here's Gay outside. Rebounded by Howard. Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. And Davis gets it to go.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
And, you know, it's an all-out effort they've come in with. Very aggressive offense so far.
White against Davis. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. Here are the Lakers with the ball. What a stretch they've got going here. 17-2.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
And don't leave out the coaching staff here now. I mean, their game plan has been perfect.
Now here's White. He gives the team some steady offense, a bit under 10 points a game. And here we go. Fast break. LeBron's got it. Los Angeles with a fresh shot clock. Howard, the pass to Green. The Lakers need to get a shot off here. Trying to get open is Davis. They shoot again, and James with the layup.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
I think they've really got to start committing more bodies down low and really kind of close that area off defensively.
San Antonio calls timeout.
Well, you know, last season, perhaps the most disappointing of LeBron James's career. I mean, he hadn't missed the playoffs since 2005. And amazingly, this is the one that gets me, had not missed the finals since 2010.
Looking at who's out there now for the Spurs. Trey Lyles checked in for Aldridge. Damari Carroll comes in for DeMar DeRozan. And it's Bellinelli in for Bryn Forbes. The Lakers also making some changes. Kyle Kuzma's checked in for Caldwell Pope. Alex Caruso comes in for Green. And Cook subbed in for James. Here's White, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. And after shutting it down early, this was the longest offseason of LeBron's career.
Yeah, and a chance for him, guys, perhaps to recover from years of deep playoff runs. I know he wouldn't want it that way, but he'll take advantage of the fact that he didn't have to wear his body out as much as he has in the past. And criticized and counted out, you knew he'd be motivated to come back strong.
And he knocks down the first one.
Derek White played his first 3 years at Division III UC Colorado Springs. This guy ended up being the 29th pick in the 2017 draft out of Colorado. In his lone season with the Buffaloes, he was all Pac-12 first team and all defense.
He makes 1 of 2 that time. And coming out of high school, White's only scholarship offer was a partial one to Colorado Springs.
And you know what, guys? Sometimes rejection like that can actually fuel you to greater heights. It put a chip on his shoulder. He plays with an edge. He improved, transferred to the Pac-12 for his senior season, and really the rest is history. He's got a promising future as an NBA player in front of him.
Now here's Gay. Dwight Howard missing his last shot. And it's sent back by Howard.
Excellent timing by Howard. He knows exactly when to jump to deny shot attempts.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Yeah, you know, they've had the advantage at both ends. They've got all the momentum early on.
Now here's White. Pass to Gay. From 13, and that one off the back of the rim and in.
This has been Gay's go-to shot throughout his career. I mean, the mid-range he's got, wet.
It's Davis on the wing. Lets it go from 11. Changes up. Howard, good.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
And, you know, establishing that physical dominance early gives you a big mental edge, too. Don't discount that.
And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers closing out the quarter with a 20-point lead. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. LeBron James is the all-time leader in playoff field goals made, and he had this to say about his ability to nail clutch shots.
I always feel like I got it. I always feel like I got it in the clutch, no matter what's going on throughout the course of a game. Even when you're struggling at times or you're not shooting the ball particularly well, I just feel like it's going in.
And you know, Greg, that's the type of confidence you got to have.
The words of a leader. James has proven time and time again that he's dangerous in late game situations.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stance for the Lakers?
They've set the first half tone by getting out on the fast break and getting the defenders on their heels.
You know, they've also shown some real tenacity here early on tonight, and it's paid off with a lot of second chance points.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. On the court right now for the Spurs. Mills at point with Bellinelli. They're the backcourt. Rudy Gay is out there with Damari Carroll. And it's Lyles in at the 5, roaming the paint. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Well, Kevin, my cousin LaMarcus Aldridge is not the flashiest player, but he is respected. His former teammate in Portland, C.J. McCollum, said he hasn't changed his game to try and fit the new NBA. He shoots mid-range, scores under the basket, strong as heck. He knows who he is. And Kevin, LaMarcus isn't really my cousin, but his game never goes out of style.
You're right, D.A., and he is still getting it done. Thank you. Here is Davis after Rudy Gay's bucket. Back to Cook. Clark, we know you have great passion for the game of basketball. Any passions that our fans may not know about?
Yeah, I enjoy golf. I'm an avid reader, as you well know, Kevin. We actually share book titles on occasion. Obviously, food is universal, and there's nothing I turn down. I try to eat certain things in moderation, but I enjoy board games, too. In terms of sports, I'm a fan of football, both college and pro. Enjoy playing golf, and board games and reading probably are what occupy my time.
And it's Carroll with the ball for San Antonio. And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. Mills can't hit. Floats it up for Davis. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. To the right side. And Patrick Mills gets the 3. Mills has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Los Angeles leading by 19. Rondo dishes to Howard. Kuzma left side. Shoots over Carroll, and Kuzma gets it to go on the assist by Howard.
And, you know, I think this is exactly what you want Howard to do. I mean, when somebody's open, show that you're willing to give the ball up.
Lyles kicks to Mills.
Kick it out, man. Kick it out.
On the wing, Bellinelli. And again, it's San Antonio with a 3.
Bellinelli has a shooter's mentality, so you got to know where he is as soon as he catches the ball.
Kuzma outside. Back to Rondo. The pass to Caruso. He's looking for Howard and finds him. Over Pirtle. Lets it fly. Howard misses.
Now, there's an example of good defense beating good offense.
And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's on Rajon Rondo. The 55th pick back in 2009. Those picks don't hit very often, but Greg Patty Mills now with a decade in the NBA.
6 nothing. And that may be generous. The Australian Mills, a dangerous pull-up shooter, and he does not back down.
Shooting 2.
The first one falls.
And, you know, quite a bit of turnover for the Lakers in recent years, guys, from the front office to the coaching staff. I think it's always important for an organization to have a common voice to speak in stereo and have everybody in proper alignment from the top down to the court.
Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. LaMarcus Aldridge, he's checked in for Trey Lyles. DeRozan comes in for DeMar Carroll. And it's DeJounte Murray in for Bellinelli.
Already a very confident player. Knocking down those free throws only fuels that.
Rondo passes to McGee. Basket is good. The assist from Rondo. And it's 6 points for JaVale McGee. And as the Lakers have looked to fill positions, Clark, a real affinity for candidates with the Lakers' history.
Yeah, you know, that's exactly right. They view it as a family, but here recently they've expanded their options and have looked outside of past Laker pedigree in terms of filling some key spots, which is part of what you have to do if you're going to move forward and be successful.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant. And this kind of athleticism at the center position, pretty remarkable. I mean, McGee letting it all hang out there.
Passes it to Pirtle. Mills with it. Here's Aldridge. The shot, no good. LeBron with some nice D. To the paint, and it's McGee slamming it down.
I think McGee's been working on that one. I mean, you don't just come up with that off the top of your head, boy. You got to think that one through.
Murray kicks to Aldridge. Back to Murray. To the middle. Here's DeRozan. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. DeRozan's got his first 2 points of the night.
Now, how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
Here's LeBron. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That one on Jakob Poeltl. And LeBron James, Clark, climbing the all-time scoring list. Last season passing Michael Jordan. This season, Kobe Bryant. Clark, any chance LeBron someday passes another Laker great, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, for the most career points in NBA history?
I think it's simply a matter of his health, because if he stays healthy, then it's not if, but when. By the time his contract runs out, guys, in 2022, he'll be right in that neighborhood of my all-time favorite player, and I think the greatest player to play, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
He misses the free throw.
You look at LeBron James, he's truly a remarkable talent, and every season he seems to add something else to his game. It's been fun watching him, and I'm not sure how much longer we're going to see him at this level.
Rudy Gay's checked in for San Antonio. White comes in for Patty Mills. Good on the second free throw. Spurs trail by 21. Now DeRozan. He picked up 21 points in their last win against New York. 14 feet away, and James pulls it down.
Well, you've got to be there defensively. I mean, that's an easy mid-range jumper that he'll typically drain.
He shot 2 free throws in the game, made 1 and missed 1.
And so far this season, it's been average at best at the line, only 71% as a shooter.
And, fellas, I think you have to like his improvements over his free throw numbers from a year ago. It's not a significant number or a huge amount, but it's improvement nonetheless.
No good on that one.
And the Spurs, I've heard it said, the most process-oriented team in the league.
Well, that's an understanding of what it takes for them as a small market team to be successful. A good assessment of what they have to do as the San Antonio Spurs to be good. Scouting, coaching, chemistry, all part of that.
And he sinks the second.
As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical.
Boy, it certainly appears to be the case, Greg. I mean, they've spent a lot of time at the foul line this quarter, and that's the result of attacking the rim and being physical.
Here's Aldridge. McGee with the block.
Boy, and the wingspan McGee has covers a lot of ground. Very useful for shot blocking.
Green against White. Block at 6. Gay in the corner. From downtown, the basket is good. That's his 6th attempt and his 3rd make.
This is something Gay has steadily improved on over time. A dangerous shooter from beyond the arc now.
From deep. Cook, good. And so it's Los Angeles, cruising into the quarter break with a 22-point lead. A look at the field goal percentage numbers tells the story of what tough defense they're playing today. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And Kentavious, you guys were getting a lot of offensive rebounds in the first half. How important was that?
Oh, man, that is important, man. We got to keep them off the glass. We can't get them second shot, and we got to offensive rebound too as well. Get us some second chance at the basket and just keep working hard.
Well, you made it work in the first half, KCP. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the 3rd quarter started.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to each and every one of you watching at this very moment. It was a big-time first quarter from Anthony Davis. He had 11 points, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists. And let's get your thoughts, Kenny, on the Lakers.
I'll tell you, Anthony Davis every year has improved his skill level. Much more comfortable from three-point range now, much better ball handler, and better at finding the open man. The complete package.
Shaq, what did you see from San Antonio?
Well, they got to do a better job on the glass. Ernie, they got outworked.
That's all for now. Say goodbye to the folks. Thanks for joining us. 3rd quarter, just about ready to begin.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. You know, Davis has been exceptional here, guys.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
And you know what? They've come at him a few different ways defensively, and nothing has slowed him down.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. So for the Lakers right now, LeBron and Green make up the backcourt. Davis is out there with JaVale McGee. And it's Caldwell-Pope in at the small forward. And Davis can't get it to go. San Antonio's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. And the minutes down, Clark slightly for Pirtle last season, but his role grew down the stretch.
And not only his role grew, but I think his production improved as well. He got better as a passer. His rebounding took a jump forward. The counting stats won't wow you, but he's making progress and impacting his team in a positive way.
Here's Aldridge. That misses off the backboard.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
And he's got to find other ways to contribute then, because his shot making is not happening right now.
Back to DeRozan. McGee with the block. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there.
You too.
San Antonio with the ball. Murray the pass to Aldridge. Pirtle dishes to DeRozan. And they double up DeRozan. Shot clock at 6. Murray, no good.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
Pass to Forbes. with the block.
Offensively, the struggles continue. 0 for 5 to start the half.
Here's James. Knocked loose. And so the ball out of bounds. Davis touched it last.
And while we have a moment, let's check the stats for DeRozan. The last 10 games, he has been on a heck of a run. 13th in scoring, and not many players convert opportunities inside as well as he. Top 15 in field goal percentage.
And yeah, one of the most dangerous scorers in the game. He's already come up big in some key games this year. His teammates really feed off his presence, I think. Takes a shot at the elbow. He squares up and sinks it. DeRozan's got his second bucket tonight.
You know, they'll put the ball in DeRozan's hands and run the pick and roll all day long. He's phenomenal at getting good shots in that set.
Pass to LeBron. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Clark, a lot of young players in this NBA becoming top 10 players as they mature. Who are some of the guys you spot that are really going to make a mark?
Well, they've already made a mark, and you anticipate it'll continue to be that way. Ben Simmons, Donovan Mitchell. I like Jaylen Brown in Boston.
Oh, yeah.
As well as Jason Tatum there. And clearly Zion Williamson has a chance to be really special.
First one falls for him. And some changes here for the Spurs. Lyles checked in for Jakob Poeltl. Damari Carroll comes in for DeMar DeRozan. And it's Bellinelli in for Bryn Forbes. The Lakers also making some changes. Dwight Howard's checked in for JaVale McGee. Kyle Kuzma comes in for Caldwell Pope. And it's Alex Caruso in for Danny Green. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. Clark, the relationship between referees and players reaching a fever pitch. What can be done to smooth those waters and mend those fences?
Well, I think first and foremost, players have to give. Both sides have to give in this equation, but I think it's incumbent upon the players to accept and respect the position of the officials, and the officials have to also be willing to engage in interacting well with the players. It's a two-way street, but I think most of that is on the players because they have to control how they respond to officials more than officials have to respond to the players.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, over the last few years, there's been a lot of talk about seeding playoff teams 1 through 16, regardless of conference. Now, taking the top 16 teams is a tough sell, especially for owners whose teams are in the relatively weaker Eastern Conference. But taking 8 teams from each conference and then cross-seeding earlier than the finals is something that does seem possible down the road. The reward for fans might be a finals matchup with the 2 best teams in the league. Kevin?
Interesting ideas. David, thank you.
Murray is a spectacular talent, and when he gets going, watch out.
James looking it over. Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it.
You know, he just has not been himself this period. Just too inconsistent up and down at the offensive end.
Count that one.
Boy, Murray's court vision very sharp, and he's unselfish too. You love seeing that combination.
LeBron kicks to Kuzma. Back to LeBron. The pass to Caruso. Trying to find Davis. He's got it now. Shoots over Lyles. And Davis gets it to go. Davis has got 13.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
San Antonio calls timeout.
Well, it's been an express lane to the rim. Coach can't be happy about that.
And, you know, I think he's going to tell them simply, we have to show more fight on the interior. That's the top priority right now.
Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. Gay comes in for Lyles, and it's White in for DeJounte Murray. Rajon Rondo's checked in for Los Angeles. Quinn Cook comes in for Anthony Davis.
And when you're open, Rondo finds you, always has his head on a swivel.
And last season, really not a fun one for Dwight Howard as he missed a lot of time. A lot of games left on the table by him as
Again missing. Here's Cook. The rebound by the Spurs.
No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take advantage.
Passes it to Gay. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. It's on Rajon Rondo.
You got to stay physical and stay aggressive if you're Rudy Gay. Force the defense to make some mistakes.
Let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for Los Angeles.
They keep piling up the assists, and they haven't cooled off at all.
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition.
First free throw is good.
You know, after suffering a devastating Achilles tendon injury during the 16-17 season, Gay has bounced back really well. I mean, has quietly become a much better outside shooter, too.
Looking at who's out there now for the Spurs. DeMar DeRozan. He's checked in for Damari Carroll. And it's Mills in for Bellinelli. Gay hits them both. 59 seconds left to play in the third. Cook, the pass to Howard. That's tipped and stolen by Aldridge. Here's DeRozan. Sinks that one from the post. DeRozan's got 4 points now in the quarter.
You look at DeRozan and how efficient he is as a scorer. It's about body control, concentration, and he does it even against the best of defense.
Here's Cook. An easy 2 points on the layup. Cook's got 5.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock.
DeRozan.
Mills looking it over. Gay inside. He's covered by Rondo. That one drops for him.
And so far going for more of an inside presence here in the second half, getting away from the three-point shot.
Here is Cook. It's stolen by DeRozan. Doesn't go for him. And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. The Lakers on top, running away with this one. Live from the AT&T Center in San Antonio, you're watching 2K Sports. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
And they'd love to see every possession end this way. True team basketball.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Gay and Aldridge are up front. Then it's White, then it's DeRozan, and it's Forbes in at the shooting guard. And that's who's in the game for the Spurs. Caldwell Pope against Gay. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Clark, you ever think we'll see a player coach in the NBA again?
I don't think so, Kevin. The role is just so demanding. You know, it requires so much, and there's so much scrutiny now. I don't think you can effectively play and coach in this day and age. No, I don't think you'll see it happen.
Last one we saw was Dave Cowens back in the late 70s, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's right. And that's a long time ago, man.
With the Boston Celtics.
Yep.
That free throw, no good. Clark, the two-way contract, a relatively new invention that gives players time in both the G League and the NBA.
I love it, Kevin, because it's another pathway for those aspiring to be NBA players to have a legitimate shot to make their dream come true. The G League is just a notch below the NBA in terms of overall talent. And so I love the fact that players who desire to be pros can have a pathway to get to the NBA by being part of the G League as well.
And these G League players are having an impact, aren't they? They're making a difference on a lot of teams.
40% of the players in the league have spent some time in the G League, so it speaks to the impact the G League has on the NBA.
And that tells the tale here today, guys. Throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and finish.
Here's Caldwell Pope. That shot no good. Some solid defense from Gay. White against Caldwell Pope. DeRozan. The shot will not fall. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. And following this one, they'll take on the Hornets in New Orleans. And that's game 4 of 4 out on the road for them.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
That one's not going to go. Los Angeles leading by 21. He lobs up the alley-oop pass and the slam dunk by McGee.
Chemistry at its best. An unreal alley-oop.
You're right. The pass, the catch, the dunk, all of it perfect.
And it all had to be, Kevin, because that's not nearly as easy as they made it appear.
Gay inside. Goes back up. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And here's what the schedule looks like for the Los Angeles Lakers. On Wednesday, they'll be facing Drew Holiday and the New Orleans Pelicans. Then on Friday, they'll take on John Wall and the Washington Wizards.
And for that game against the Nuggets, there aren't many other meetings that are as evenly matched as this one. Both teams can give and take punches, and this one, I think, is going to come down to the wire.
And the first one drops. Clark, we hear a lot about the young basketball players in this country, the good ones playing in the AAU system. Is that the best way to develop talent for the NBA?
It's one of the better ways because the competition level is quite good across regions and throughout the country with these AAU teams. I think there's some great AAU programs and some tremendous benefits to participating in AAU basketball. Some things are better than others with it, but overall, I think it's pretty solid.
Caruso, the pass to McGee. Left side, Davis. Over Gay. Davis dishes to McGee. The second chance effort. And finally they hit one. McGee's got 4 points this quarter.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. That one on Caldwell Pope. And growing up about 15 miles south of the Staples Center, DeMar DeRozan idolized Kobe Bryant, Clark, and patterned his game after him.
And you can see evidence of Kobe's game in DeMarcus's game. You think about the footwork, the ability to post up, the moves and counter moves, the balance and strength. I think he owes a lot of that to the Mamba.
And that free throw good from DeRozan.
It's common to see wing players improve their perimeter shooting in the league, but DeMar DeRozan's most striking growth has been his ball handling and playmaking. He's been dynamic with the ball in his hands.
Lyles checked in for San Antonio. Both free throws good from DeRozan. And Greg, DeRozan watching a ton of films of guys like Andre Miller and Sam Cassell operating in the pick and roll.
Not only that, Kevin, to strengthen his left hand, he'd use it for daily activities like writing, leaving no stone unturned to become an expert initiator.
Here's Murray, and that basket is going to count. Goaltending, the official call.
That's a very close call. I'm sure he thinks it's a clean block, but looks like it was on the way down.
LaMarcus Aldridge is checked in for the Spurs. The Lakers also with a sub. James is checked in. And just about 3 minutes through the fourth quarter here. Here's McGee. Rebound San Antonio. Pirtle's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Murray. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
And really trying to work the ball inside here and starting to get results. A lot of that offense coming in the paint here in the second half.
And Clark coming out of Washington as a one-and-done. DeJounte Murray was considered a raw prospect.
Yeah, very raw. The 29th pick in the 2016 draft, guys, taken by the Spurs. Excellent physical tools and outstanding athleticism. It was surprising that he left when he did. I recall that when I heard. But at 6'5", a 7-foot wingspan, he's got a chance to be special.
Caldwell Pope against DeRozan. And finished off by DeRozan.
Well, you look at DeRozan's game, man. He's a powerful finisher. That's really one of the main staples of his attack.
LeBron passes to Davis. Kicks to McGee. Pass to James. 5 on the clock. Outside, Green. Yes, it's James picking up the assist. LeBron's got his 6th assist on the night. And Murray's got the ball here for the San Antonio Spurs. Pass to Pirtle. And there's a minute 45 left to play here in the 4th. Inside. Here's Aldridge. Pirtle trying to get open. Aldridge's shot is good. Aldridge has got his first basket.
Aldridge is too strong to let a little bit of contact bother him. I actually think he likes those tough shots.
James outside. Down low. Here's Davis. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That's on LaMarcus Aldridge.
Well, the shot repertoire of Jakob Poeltl, mostly 10 feet and in, is his strength. He's an old-school big man in every sense of the word, but efficient in what he does.
Shooting 2.
And that one falls for Anthony Davis. And Clark at 7 feet tall. Pirtle a live body in there.
He's live, and he's also no stiff, guys. Pirtle can catch and finish. He's active in defending. Gets off the ground quickly and easily. I like his package as a big guy.
Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. Medu, he's checked in for Aldridge. Bellinelli comes in for DeMar DeRozan. Lonnie Walker, he's checked in for Bryn Forbes. And it's Mills in for DeJounte Murray. Clark, the NBA gives out so many awards at the end of the season. Is there an award missing that you'd like to see?
You know what? I think they've got the bases covered really well with the number of awards they give out, Kevin. But I would like to perhaps see consideration given to a sophomore campaign award. That would be kind of cool because sometimes the rookie of the year, at least recently, has been a little cloudy because a rookie had been in the league a year, Ben Simmons, case in point, and then was counted. It was actually technically his second year, but his first year of playing. Well, a sophomore award might be something worth adding to the list.
That's a great idea. The first free throw is good. Jared Dudley's checked in for Los Angeles. He doesn't get the second one.
Not nearly as productive a trip to the line as he'd have liked. They need all their free throws to go down at this point.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Lakers.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And so this will mark the 15th win of the year for them.
And in a 3-game season series, they take the first 2, and certainly they've had the edge in this matchup.
Now they've got their sights set on that sweep, Greg, 3-zip. And given what's going on in the first 2 games, my guess is that's what's going to happen.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for JaVale McGee.
Now, he was a problem on the glass today, relentlessly crashing the boards and came away with a bushel basket full of rebounds.
Pirtle kicks to Walker. 14 feet away, and another basket for San Antonio. 6 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. McGee with it, and so it's the Lakers taking care of business here. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Hey, LeBron, congrats on the win. What do you think made the difference tonight?
Defense. We made our mark defensively. We understand that for the long term, we have to defend at a high level. We've been doing that.
It does start at that end, LeBron. Congrats again. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.